Good morning, YouTube. Okay, so today I'm probably just gonna do this intro and outro, and I'm just gonna film me today. It's not gonna be a talk through. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with my face. I just know I am gonna try some newbies. So I was able to get this Black Up contouring stick. I used it the other day for an outing. Love it so far. So we're gonna try it today on Glam Sunday. And the other thing that I picked up was the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-hour makeup. As you know, I love to wear stuff like this on Sundays because this is one of the longest days. Just because it's brunch and fun stuff with my family. So we will see it. I tried I had a sample, but I'm gonna try to see. It did pretty good. I like it. I really do like it. And the coverage is really, really good too. So the other thing I'm gonna play with, I hope unless I change my mind, my client did recommend this Urban Decay Perversion 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. I'm gonna try to get this in today. If not, it'll be on another video. I think that's it. Has anybody else tried the Makeup Forever smoothing primer? I picked this up because of the texture that I have been seeing. Well, my pores and stuff. I love the mattifying primer, so I thought I'd try this. I was wondering if anybody else had picked it up. And also recommendation from the makeup artist. She kind of told me that this Super Stay Better Skin from, who is this? Maybelline. This concealer was a cross between like a NARS and an Urban Decay and mixed together. So I love the NARS Creamy Radiant, and I love my Urban Decay. So we might give that a try today as well. We shall see. I really don't even know what I'm going to do. I kind of want to do something with I have a Stila lipstick I haven't worn. It's a pretty orange. I think I'm gonna go with that today and then try to work around that. We'll see. So let's get started. As usual, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade to sculpt out my eyebrows today. I haven't found anything that works quite as well. I do use something else during the week, or just on a one off. But most of the times when you see my eyebrows, they have been done using the Anastasia Dip Brow. I just think it does a great job of helping me finish sculpt them out and fill in, and the color match is pretty good. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions on something different that I could try, then please don't hesitate to let me know, because I am looking for an alternative, just a daily alternative. I really do like using this dip brow. I'm sorry, the product just works really well for me. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I'm gonna do a little cleanup per part of the course, as usual. All I did was take a little bit of that LA Pro Concealer HD in the color Fawn. Nothing too heavy today, not too bright. Just a little cleanup up under there. And I'm just using a little e.l.f. Flat brush to get that done. And then I will go in and, of course, blend all of that down and out. I will take a little bit of that same concealer and clean up the top of my brows. All this does is just really give it your eyebrows a little more definition, to make them look like you just left seeing Christy's eyebrows person, which I will be going to see her this week. I just need a little cleanup, and that's the good thing about staying on the schedule too, is that I don't like to be in pain. So the shortest time that I can be there getting my eyebrows done, the better I feel. So if you make any boo-boos, especially since you've carved out your eyebrows and then you've gone in and cleaned them up with the concealer, you can take a little bit of your dip brow and go back over where you kind of messed up if you need to, or you can skip it. It's totally up to you, but doing it that way, you still have the opportunity to kind of get them shaped the way that you would like them. And that is an angled brush from BH Cosmetics. I can't think of I think it's 121, but don't quote me. I think it's the 121 angle brush. I'm looking for that pencil to kind of fix that. I mean, what I used earlier, that e.l.f. dual brush to kind of fix my eyebrow a little bit. And now I'm going in with my favorite concealer for the eyes. I'm still liking to do this concealer, which is the Bright Serum Gel from Sephora in the color Caramel. I do use another, the MAC sometimes, but I don't know. I just like the way this does. I don't know. It just does the right amount of coverage for my kind of dark eyes, just to kind of get them on an even playing field before you start all of your eyeshadow work. And I just go in. I also use, I set that cream because it is a cream product. I go in and I set it with the BH Cosmetics color out of that blush and contour palette. Six pans in there, and I use quite a few I think I've used almost every color out of that palette. I know I've used that chocolate color to contour with before. And today we are rolling with Alice Through the Looking Glass. I'm going to try to do more tutorials using this palette because I just think the colors just yield to you being able to do so many different things. And of course, you'll see, or you saw, this is more of a neutral kind of nothing kapow, but with a little bit of color for what I was going for today, which was kind of like springy. I had on a springy dress, so I just kind of wanted to keep everything lightweight. I think the first color is, hold on guys, let me find out what the first color is, and because I didn't show you, so hold on one sec. Okay, so the first color I actually laid down, of course, is Dormouse. It's a great transition color. I love this color just because it seems like it's able to help get the other colors that I started to lay in to kind of give it some definition. I don't know, they just blended so well together. And I just like it. I love this palette. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm always looking for something. You would think I'd be a little more organized on Sundays. Oh yeah, so I'm going to go in with my favorite fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics and pick up Reflection. I'm going to just kind of lay that on top of the Dormouse. And then I'm going in with Chromosphere. I just kind of left that in the outer V area. And I'm using the NYX blending brush. And then I went in with a little bit of chessboard right directly into the crease. So you kind of want to think of it as going from light to dark. And the darkest part, of course, I put in the outer corner because I really wanted the color that I chose for my lid to pop today against the backdrop of these browns and neutrals that I chose. So everything that I picked today as far as blending before the lid color was had a brown undertone to it. The Dormouse, the chessboard, and the Chromosphere. And just make sure you blend that all in. And I'm going to take, yes, the Paradox color is the color that I chose to kind of use for my pop of color today. It is a beautiful coppery orange type color. I don't know. I just sunshine. I don't know why. I just thought it was just a gorgeous color. And I did spray a little setting spray on my brush. I don't think that I needed it necessarily, but I just wanted to make sure that when I laid the color down that you guys could see how gorgeous that color ended up being. And I didn't put a white base down or anything like that. It's just being played off of the concealer that I put down earlier. And that's it. So I just had a lot of fun with that color. I'm going to go in and do the first part of my priming which is I'm using the Makeup Forever Step 1. I did use the mattifying primer and the smoothing power primer today. So I went in and put a little bit of the Looking Glass in my brow bone, just to highlight it a little bit, not much. And you can always go in and if it's too much, you can always go in and clean that up, which maybe a little bit too much on one side. So I'm sure I took a brush and kind of cleaned that up a little bit. Um, Not bad, but hey, you try to make things look as nice as possible. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna blend out that little edge a little bit with my favorite blending brush. Okay, I had to do my eyeliner off camera. I always hold my breath when I'm doing my eyeliner. So I just use Inglass gel number 77 and use the Real Techniques gel eyeliner brush. That combination works extremely well. I'm going in to color correct a little bit on my face, and that is Anastasia's from Anastasia's Cream Contour Kit. That is Peach Coral, I believe. And this foundation, I actually had the wrong color, but I made it work just for today. I took it back and exchanged it already. I don't know what I was thinking. I had some crazy color. But anyway, I'm using the Black Up contouring stick. I absolutely love it. Oh my God. I wish Sephora, if anybody hears me, gets more products from Black Up. I love the blendability of this highlight. Oh my God. It was so, I love ease. And especially for an amateur like me to say that getting that blended onto the skin, it was so creamy. It wasn't greasy, because sometimes creamy stuff can come off greasy. But not that contouring stick. Like I used both ends today. I used which you'll see me using the darker shade, of course, to contour with. And when I tell you guys, just being able to create that natural kind of contour and nothing so harsh, because this blends so well into what you have on your face. It is so, if you're having an issue with contouring and understanding, the definitions of your face, definitely try to get in on a class. But product wise, the bomb. That's all I can say. The bomb. The bomb, the bomb, the bomb. So I just take my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just trying to change it up a little bit to see, what things work well. And this worked really well with this cream contouring stick from Black Up. They don't have a lot of products from them in Sephora, but when I come off of my no-buy, I'm going to actually try to see about getting some more of their stuff because I just loved it. I hate ordering online. I don't know. I just something about it. I just love to be able to get to the product, touch it, and feel it, and play with it. I'm just reducing a little bit of that fat on my chin and my jawline. I'm giving the illusion that I'm reducing it in my head anyway. So yeah, that's how. And I did go in and highlight today with that Super Stay. I just wanted to try it. It wasn't necessary, but I just wanted to see how it played off on top of my Black Up. And it did an extremely good. It did well. I'm totally surprised by this concealer. It did not cake up. It did not crease. It stayed in place. It did extra for a drugstore concealer. It did so well. Not that that really matters. I think people, try to make a difference. But if it works, it works. And this did work well today. As you'll see when you see my outro, you'll see that it kind of played well on my face today. And this video will cut short because I did not get to film a true outro. So I think this is the end. I think you guys see me go in and set underneath the eye, the concealer. Like I said, set everything with powder. And I'm going back to using my Ben Nye for setting under the eye. And then, of course, like I said, I bake with the Laura Mercier. And I like this combination. It works extremely well for me. Um, I like the Ben Nye powder. I still do. I just haven't some other issues with some other powders, but when in doubt, go back to what was working for you before, and this worked for me before. So I'm just using a Real Techniques setting brush to set that powder, to set that concealer rather, those two concealers that I laid down. I'm just using that benign powder to kind of set that, and then later, in just a sec, I'll go in and start setting the rest of the places that I highlighted, and just use the same beauty blender that you've been using, which is what I I chose to do because it's already a little damp, and that combination of a little damp and the Laura Mercier really works for getting ready to bake your setting your face. So if you're oily like me, and you are wondering what you can do to kind of keep the oils at bay, baking is the way to go. I'm sorry. It's a technique that they say was picked up by other someone else, but it's a technique that works. So if you want your makeup to stay in place, there's some things you will have to do, and this is one of them. Especially if you're an oily girl like me. But if you're not oily, then yeah, you can just lay this down and brush it right on off. But not me. On Sundays, it bakes for about 7 to 10 minutes while I go get dressed. And put on my clothes and stuff, and then well, not necessarily my clothes, but finish getting dressed, get all smell goods on, and then I'll come back and finish my face. By that time, it will have really cooked into the skin. And there you have more powder. I probably overkilled it today, huh? But oh well, it happens. I just want to make sure nothing went anywhere. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I did film a little outro. What you got? So hey YouTube, I actually ran out of time this morning to film the outro. But what I decided to do was, since I did just wake up from a nap, which I normally don't take, I wanted you guys to see that my face pretty much still looked the same as when I did this morning. I mean, it's not like perfect like when you first do it and you're out or whatever, but two things. This right here, this new Lancome Tint Idol Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. I just want to say, and this does oxidize. So you may want to go a shade lighter. One shade, that's all really you need to do is go one shade lighter. And this really did end up being a truer match for my skin tone than I initially thought. But I love it, love it, love it. But anyway, even though I'm going to talk about the Stila lip color I have on, I messed it up this morning because I did not let it dry properly before really going in and meshing it, which you really don't have to do. Once you lay it down, you're just really supposed to let it dry, and then if you need to go in another little layer, then you do. But as you can tell, it's still on my lips. I messed it up, but it's still here. So this color is Venezia, Venezia. But yeah, this was so pretty. Of course, you will need to go in with probably a dark liner to make it work, because it ended up being very, very bright, which was okay because my eyes stayed kind of neutral. And as you'll see in the video, I did use everything out of the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette for my eyes. But yeah, so that's really it. I'm really done. I just kind of want to pop back on and say that, for me having taken a nap and all this other stuff, all my makeup and stuff is still on my face. So if you're looking for something that's a little more long wearing, this was about 40 some bucks, 46, 40. I mean, normal price range of foundation, I guess. I think that you will really like it if you have long days and for your makeup not to remove it out. And I just took a nap and everything. And it's been since what, 10 o'clock this morning, and it is now almost 7. So yeah. So just imagine, you know, if you have to go throughout the day, you may just, I don't know if you would need to touch up. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. Just depending on your skin type and what's going on with your how you set it and everything. Of course, I always set everything with powder. I am back to using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder for my baking. And then I am setting the all over face part. I mean, most of the time I'm using my Cover FX in Deep just to kind of set everything, or my Kat Von D in Deep 74 to set everything else around my face. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll try to do a little more interesting video later in the week, maybe Wednesday. I think I'm trying to keep to the schedule that I have, which has been Sunday and Wednesdays. But if something else pops up, then of course I will be back on here. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesdays. Bye.